Joining us now on the MARR Army Rock Show. It's their first visit here. We have got John from Burn River Burn. They're out of San Francisco, California. Their new album, Newstonia, was just released on June 8th. John, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
So, hey, for our listeners that maybe aren't yet familiar with your band, I know it's just your second album. Give us a brief history of the band.
So the band's been around for almost 7 years now. We started here in San Francisco with a bunch of different members from Cleveland, Philadelphia, Buffalo, New York. And we've been, this is our second album. We're really proud of it. Yeah, I guess that's a brief history.
So that's interesting, people from Buffalo and Cleveland, how did you all find each other in San Francisco to form a band?
Well, San Francisco is made up of a lot of, I guess you could say, not immigrants, but, people from all over the place trying to make their way. So it's kind of funny here. You run into people from all over the world and all over the U.S. So we became friends through work, through meeting randomly. But we just clicked right away when we started playing.
So I mentioned the new record is called Newstonia, and I was listening to that title track today. Now tell us a little bit about what that word means and where that title comes from.
Well, Newstonia is kind of a made-up Viking town, I guess. It goes a little bit, we don't consider ourselves a metal band, but many of us are fans of metal. And so Newstonia is, the title track is about Viking conquest.
So you guys have a fun music video out for the tune Thanks for the Ride. Tell us a little bit about the idea behind that video and a little bit about the making of it.
Well, we made a bunch of videos, and we were tired of putting ourselves in the video, just playing in the video. But, of course, we don't have massive budgets yet, so we thought it would be a hilarious idea to have one of our songs be used as a karaoke number in a video. So we got one of our friends to do that, and I think it turned out great. I think it's a hoot.
Now, give us a little bit of the behind the scenes of the making of that video. Did you just, it looks like it's in sort of a club or something. Was that, were those fans there? How'd you get all the people, the extras in that video to show up?
So the extras are all friends of ours. We found a karaoke place that just happened to be open and said, hey, can we come in and use it on a weekday afternoon when nobody's in there and shoot this video? And they were more than happy to let us come in and sell us drinks. And so we just put out a little Facebook ad to all of our friends, and that's how we got the people there.
Now, as I'm listening to the new album, I've been kind of drawn to the tune You Dig a little bit. Tell me a little bit more about that tune.
We have been criticized by some of our fans for not having a lot of upbeat numbers, and I think that song was definitely an effort to show that we could push the pace, rock it a little bit faster, a little bit harder. So our guitar player Chuck came up with that riff, and we just ran with it. And that one is kind of like a shootout.
Now, on the record, has there been a fan favorite standout so far that you're hearing back from your fans? And part B of that is it a different favorite live than it is recorded?
I think it actually would from this record or from any of our songs.
Either, really.
I think from this second record, the favorite has been Thanks for the Ride. So I think it has a nice balance of upbeat, but also interesting changes. And then I think maybe over all time, I think our most popular song has been Stands from our first record. We get requested to play that a lot.
Now, it looks like you guys are touring Northern California in the summer. Can the rest of us expect in other parts of the country to see you guys on tour soon?
We certainly hope so. We would love to. We want to get out there. We love the West Coast. We love California. But we want to play. We're going to make a big effort to get out there to as many cities as possible, trying to make some new fans.
Now, any particular parts of the country you guys got your eye on? Like, is there one market that is like a little bigger for you than others in the country for any reason?
I think just because most of the band members are from the the general East Coast and Midwest, we would really like to play New York, Philly, Washington, upstate New York, Chicago. That's a dream of ours, is to put a really long tour together in the East Coast.
Now, I was looking at your website today, and you have something kind of cool in your merch I don't see a lot of. You guys got like a flash drive that people can buy. Why don't you tell people a little bit about that thing?
Sure. So, I don't know how many people buy CDs anymore, right? I have a CD player only in my car, but often that's what a lot of bands have. So we had the idea to do the flash drive, and that way, basically it's small, it's portable, you can reuse it. We can put more stuff on it. We can put videos on it, we can put graphics on it, lyrics, things like that. And then we're kind of hoping that if that can take off, then we could do like bring it to a show, and we'll recharge it for you with new stuff.
I love that idea. So if they buy it now, just elaborate a little more. What are they going to get? They're going to get like a couple of videos, a couple some tunes and lyrics and things like that?
Yes, you get the full album, you get a couple of videos, you get lyrics, you get photos, you get I think like a desktop backgrounds. What else do you get on there? I think that's what you get on there.
So as you look ahead, we're about halfway through 2018. What are your goals for the band for the rest of the year? Is it just to keep pumping the album, to get on tour? What are you guys hoping the end of the year looks like for you?
Well, we're really hoping to make something happen in the fall in terms of touring. Try to get out there and play our stuff to a lot of people. We found that's really the best way to do it in this day and age. It's just you got to be there, you got to see us. That's, I think, what people respect the most about our kind of music. And that way, that's how we build the best fans. We have a lot of new things we're working on too, but of course we're not. We're pushing this record that we've just come out, and we just want to play for as many people as possible.
So, I'm reading some of the other reviews that people have wrote about your record, and they're all over the place. People say you're bluesy. People say you're southern. People say you're grunge. And do you get that issue a lot, that people describe you in like a million different ways?
It's I don't know about I don't know how other musicians feel, but I know it's always difficult for me when people ask, like, how do you describe the music? Because it's very organic for us. It has evolved a little bit over the years, but we come up with it in a very organic process in the studio and just let it happen. So there is a little variety of there. I think we try to we don't want to play. As much as we like metal music, we don't consider ourselves a metal band. We don't consider ourselves a doom band. But we like all kinds of music, and so we like to dabble in a lot of those genres and feels. I think that the easiest way that I've come to describe us is Soundgarden meets Sabbath.
And I think of all the things I've read, that's a really good, very well self-described way of putting it. I hear some of that in you guys. With that being said, you have a particular kind of vocal style, and I always wonder when I hear vocalists, do you have a favorite vocalist of all time, or like somebody that was kind of your vocal idol, and if so, do they sound totally different than you?
Oh, that's interesting. I think one part of what makes this band interesting is that I was not really into, I'm the singer in the band, and I was not really into hard rock per se growing up. It was kind of like Zeppelin, maybe AC/DC a little bit. But then I obviously did love Chris Cornell's vocal styling. But I never really thought that I was trying to imitate anyone, but maybe I do.
I don't know if it's so much imitate, other than just, you take what you like from other people that you hear, and I think sometimes it just, for musicians, it works out that way, but that's a good comparison. Hey, I see that it looks like on your website, like some of you guys are in other projects as well, so like, do you all have some other things that you dabble in also?
We dabble. I mean, we definitely, we all put the priorities towards Burn River Burn, because we really do love it. I think our guitar player's working on a solo project right now. I have a solo project that's it's very, very different. It's more along the bluesy line. So that is something we dabble in. Some of the guys also do Misfits covers for fun every once in a while. But those are definitely on the back seat to this project.
So, hey, where's the best place? Where do you want people to go that helps the band the most to buy the music? Is it to go to iTunes or your website? Like, what's best for the band if people want to buy your stuff?
Well, I mean, I think what really helps us is getting it on iTunes, Amazon, any of those major retailers is great. But also streaming us on Spotify is really, really helpful. I guess the way to help us directly is to go to our website and buy the stuff from us, buy some merch if you really like the stuff and want to support what we're doing.
And give folks the name of that website.
BurnRiverBurn.com.
Hey, that's easy enough. It's burnriverburn.com. And the new album is out right now. It's called New Stonia. And, man, hey, it's been nice getting to know you, John. I want to thank John Patterson from Burn River Burn for being here. They're out of San Francisco. The record's out now. Go out and pick it up at your favorite digital outlets. John, thanks so much for being here tonight.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.